What is up, beautiful people? Welcome back to the Bad Decisions Bad Decisions Show.
We are going to keep that.
Welcome back to the Bad Decisions Show. I can do it.
It's Friday, and we are back with another episode. He kept it last time in the previous episode. If you guys remember, now we are going to keep this.
Okay, all right. You know, I can't even get on my... You know what? It's fine. Let's just continue from there. We pretend like nothing happened. We come back to you every Tuesday and Friday, twice a week, bringing you guys the latest and the greatest and the best and the hottest in the world of tech. See, I can do that.
And for today, we have a bunch of new updates. And also, we are going to show you one of our own experiments.
Yeah.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get into it.
The first thing that we want to cover is that OpenAI announced that they are working on a super fast, ultra fast mode for GPT Sol 5.6. This is going to be 14 times the speed. Guys, just imagine 14 times this speed. It's going to be available only to a selected few partners.
View?
Selected few. Selected few.
You said selected few partners.
I thought you didn't hear that.
And the other day you said YouTube instead of YouTube.
No, you said YouTube.
You started it.
Anyhow, I'm going to make it.
Okay, guys. Today is perhaps not the best day for our communications, but we shall still continue.
So as I was saying, 14 times faster. Pratt, can we show the demo that they presented
14
on X?
times
14
faster.
times faster. So this is a simulation. And on the left side, you will see the ultra fast mode. And the right side, you will see the normal, the regular mode that we currently have access to. The left side has already started simulating. The right side, it's still putting pieces in place.
Can I ask you a question? Is this video sped up? Or is it like a normal speed video?
They haven't emphasized that, so we are not sure. But you would see the difference. So the video is to show you the delta.
Right. And I'm seeing at the bottom there, it says generating 750 tokens per second.
Guys, just imagine when everybody has access to this ultra fast mode. You can build things super fast. Now, there are times that I give a prompt, and sometimes it takes 45 minutes, sometimes it takes 2 hours, sometimes it takes
Such
up to
as,
4
like,
hours.
give us an example.
When I want to build website, when I want to deploy databases, when I'm going to migrate changes, those changes usually take a lot of time because you have to go through the code, you have to verify it, you have to test it. Now, if we have access to these 14 times faster mode, you can do things really, really fast. And what they were saying is they are trying to work with corporations that they really need this feature. Guess what? Support. Support lines. Imagine there's a bug in your program and you can fix it. You don't have to wait for 24 hours, 48 hours. How many times you have dealt with a program or software, you raised an issue and they said, okay, we'll come back to you in 24 hours, 48 hours. Now people who are, at the support center, they can access information super fast and they can fix super fast. So think of it two ways, right? One is when the ticket is raised for support, how fast the system can go through all the FAQs and the library that they have to find an answer. If there is an actual issue, how fast they can solve it. Can you imagine a world that you find a bug from one of your favorite platforms and it's solved almost immediately? So imagine you go on Netflix, like big platforms. You'll go on Netflix, you find a bug. Or you go on Salesforce or ClickUp, you find a bug, 10 minutes later it's fixed.
I can imagine that's a completely different world to live in. I'm personally not excited about the bug fixes because that rarely happens to me when I'm dealing with, let's say, Netflix,
Yeah.
But for me, what I see or where I see the real advantage is the example you told me about earlier. You said we were working on our own website, on our own ultimate AI platform. And you said, for instance, updating changes or shifting from the testing pipeline to a production pipeline so that it's live for everyone to see. It takes sometimes 12 hours or 24 hours to just update all of the changes and give it to our students. Now that can happen within a few hours.
It's crazy.
And for instance, when I'm using Claude Design right now to develop the front end of our website, when I ask it to make changes, it's already really fast. We talked about this. Last year, we were working with a group of web developers to help us build our website.
Yes.
And I remember we worked with multiple web developers. So we started with a mid-tier web developer.
We fired the first one.
We fired, or I shall say mid-tier because their price was still relatively high compared to the average market price. But to make it a small change in the Ultimate Unreal Engine program website, such as the placement of the buttons or the dynamic elements inside the website, such as hovering effect on a button with a glow animation. I remember it took a week for them to implement that. By the time we told them about it and they acknowledged it with an email and then they implemented it, and
Tested
it
it.
never really worked on the first try, so we gave comments and then they came back. That 1 week, right, has changed to about 2 to 3 days when we worked with our higher tier web developers. They were incredibly fast, they were accurate, but it still took 2 to 3 days. Then came Claude and Claude Design and Claude Code. When we started developing our own platform, making a change to the buttons now takes literally, for me, it took maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes, depending on how many things I'm changing in the website. And now when you say 14 times faster, technically, I can give a batch of updates and changes I want to make to Claude or ChatGPT. And I think like all of the changes to the website can be done within a minute. Literally, imagine you have massive updates. Like I'm talking
Like
complex,
add new feature, like add a
complex dynamic animations, complex UI design. And you give it and you see it almost instantly appear on your website.
No, think about this. You're working in Unreal, you need a plugin.
Yeah.
You can make the plugin immediately and then use it.
In like a minute.
Minutes, yeah.
Because right now, when I worked with
like Genie.
Claude, and we showed you guys that MCP tool that allowed us to create the Osaka Castle blockout with MCP inside Unreal Engine, the first time we did that, it took about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
The second time we did it, because they already had the knowledge, it took about 45 seconds. Now it can take, 5 seconds to build the blockout? And I wish I could see the graph, but the only way you can see the graph is to travel in the future. But I want to see how far this can go. Like, how much faster can this become?
It's I'm thinking of it in a way that everything would become a single interface. So all of the apps, all the programs that you work with actually would dissolve into a single interface. You wish and you shall have. That's the immediate answer. I'll give you some benchmarks because you mentioned Claude Code, and so this is exclusively
Sol,
for GPT.
Yes, I know, but
so
I imagine Claude will have
they
it
will
soon
do it.
too.
They will do it. But one of the benchmark, which is humanity's last exam, is one of the benchmarks that the AI language models have to solve. Fable 5 took more than 3 days to solve it, the entire exam. This new ultra fast mode, 11 hours, 11 minutes. More than 3 days. And Fable is really fast. When I compare Fable 5 to Sol 5.6, Fable is faster.
Yes.
We tested it together. But when the ultra fast comes in, it's much faster. Maybe like it did it in 11 hours, 3 days.
That's half a day versus 3 days.
Yeah. So it's like 6 times faster.
My
This is
question
crazy.
is there going to be a point of degradation? Because it seems like we're only getting faster and faster now by a higher exponential rate. It's just becoming dramatically faster.
But I
It
think
does.
would
It's
be
not
super
slowing
expensive.
down.
So I don't think everybody can
Yes,
use
super
it.
expensive, but that
But
is
now,
also
yeah,
solved.
that is also solved.
That's
Yes.
always solved.
Yes.
If you look at LLMs, it's cheaper to use LLMs now, especially for the same intelligence if you compare it to last year.
Yes, of course.
You know, if you want to go for the highest intelligence and the fastest mode at the current date, of course you're paying more. But if you look at 6 months from now, you're going to have this speed that you're talking about at a fraction of the cost.
I agree with you.
Because Chinese models are going to have it open
source.
sourced. And so the American companies will need to make it cheaper.
Yes.
And they're going to find more efficient ways to do that.
You can always say that today's free and fast model is last year most expensive and the highest intelligent.
true,
Even
yeah.
probably not last year's, but
Bro,
like 6, 7
Bro, the
months
next
ago.
topic we're going to talk about
Actually,
is
I
about
want to
that.
say this is a great
Yeah.
transition to the next
Yeah.
topic, right? You're talking about speed and intelligence. We did some experiments. Faraz, what did we do?
You know, everybody on the internet is now talking about Seedance 2.0 and Seedance 2.5. Literally every single compelling video I'm seeing on Instagram is somehow connected to Seedance. You know, it can be any kind of creator. It's not even VFX creators anymore. It's your favorite creators who are cooking or modeling. And now they're somehow using Seedance to increase the attractiveness of their videos, because you can add anything, you can remove anything, you can edit things, and it's almost instantaneous, right? You can edit the videos in a minute, and it's available on CapCut too, which makes it so user-friendly for everybody to use. And so, although Seedance is the talk of the town, when you're looking at it for serious work, when you're looking at it for production, whether you're working in a marketing firm of a company, whether you're using it for your own projects to sell to clients, or whether you're a filmmaker, right, who's deciding to use AI video models, you have to consider the costs. Because traditionally speaking, computers have been incredibly expensive. If you look at Steve Jobs or the guys at Pixar, when they first started using computers for motion graphics and animation, it was so goddamn expensive that only a select few people with access to these massive computers could actually create 3D animation and 3D work. And over time, we had seen a decrease in price until it became virtually free to create, right? We went from these machines that cost thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars and nobody could afford. It would sit in a university, and then if you were lucky to be in an American university, you would have access to one of these computers to create. It's in the stories of all of these people who started in like the 1980s and 1990s. But then after 20, 30 years, 40 years, we have Blender and Unreal Engine and Cinema 4D running on laptops, so like low-end, low-tier laptops that can run them for free. Not Cinema 4D, you have to pay for that, but Blender and Unreal Engine for free. So anybody can create for free, which brought down the barrier to entry for people to create visual effects and also films or motion graphics for products, essentially create a career out of it, right? And I think what we saw with the advent of AI is this completely different parallel universe that is running alongside here, but now we're back to square zero where you can create incredible work. Anybody can create incredible work with AI, but it costs a lot of money. This is the thing. If you're going from Blender and Unreal Engine to now creating videos with AI, yes, what Higgsfield creates is fancy. Yes, what InVideo AI shows on their Instagram page is beautiful. Like you see some of these videos and they're incredible. But one thing you have to always consider is, just like using ChatGPT and Claude, you have to pay for a membership. And that membership gives you credits. And that credits is what you're paying for per second of your video generation. Now, if you're a big company, you can spend the money, right, to create videos. But then here's where the problem arises. You never really get the video that you want in the first try. So you don't know how many tries you have to go for until you get the right video. And we know that Higgsfield has been relatively open and transparent recently about how much money they're spending on their videos. And if you haven't seen them,
how much was it? $500,000?
So they started with around $20,000 to $40,000 in their initial videos, and it went all the way up to hundreds of thousands of dollars per video. And I have a feeling, Prad, correct me if I'm wrong, for one of the latest features, which is over an hour long, I think they spent over $1 million. Prad, can you check that? It was either hundreds of thousands of dollars, or they even claimed that they used more than $1 million for one of their videos. In credits for Seedance 2.0, I believe it was. Now, this is something that is over an hour long, and they actually open sourced the projects. So you can actually go to Higgsfield, and I think this is a really cool thing that they did. They have folders for every shot. And when you look at the folders for every shot, Prad, maybe you can actually pull that up for us. I think that would be amazing to see. It's from their YouTube channel. If you go to like Higgsfield for the feature film of Hellgrind, in the description, they would have the link. And then you can see the folders for every shot that the directors worked on. And inside the folders, you'll see how many tries they made to get one final shot, right? One final sequence. You have to go to the Hellgrind, yes. So it should be the full Hellgrind. And then if you go, so it's 1 hour, 35 minutes, prompts on assets. Now let's go down. You don't have to play the video. So go down, go down, go down, go down. And down, 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 down. Okay, actually, no, let's go up. I actually know where it is. No, go up.
These are the prompts.
There's a view full project there. Yeah, there you go. This one. View full project. You may have to be signed in. Can you sign in while we talk about it? Thank you. When you look at how much money they spent, yes, if they were to make this feature film, with traditional tools, it would cost them a lot more human resources and a lot more money. But how many people can now go out and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to create content like that? How many people that you know?
No, zero.
Personally?
Zero.
Only massive companies.
No. Which massive company?
No, a massive company like Nike who wants to create an ad, they can afford to pay that amount
No, but
to a team of
affording and
artists who
willing-
use tools, traditional tools and AI tools. They can afford it. But aside from that group,
No, but the cost is now higher than live action or 3D. Why would you do that?
No. If you were to create it at this level with
No, but
all of those
Nike
VFX,
don't want to do hell grind, right? So
Yeah.
I imagine, again, we talked about it actually last time. If this is just a normal perfume shoot, or if it's a Nike, a shoe running on a track, if you don't have special VFX, if you compare the cost, probably live action would be cheaper.
they always try to compare the cost, and they are always, always in their videos, they're claiming that if you were to do this in real life, it would be more expensive. But again, they're using VFX in almost every shot,
which makes
right?
sense.
Do you need that for a Nike commercial? Probably not. But what I'm saying is, you have to understand when you're creating a community of people who are going to learn how to use this, they first need to be able to afford these tools.
Yeah.
And let's go here. So for instance, this is the perfect example. Let's go to cold open. So these are all of the scenes on the left side. You can see it says 1,700 or 80 something on it when you clicked on it. Before you clicked on it, it was there. 1,746. Click on cold open. This is just for the opening shot. Keep scrolling.
These are different tries for the
It's
same
not it's not like a 5-second shot. It's that whole sequence. It's all of their tries for that sequence in the first shot.
Ouch, my wallet.
Yeah, so for them, it makes sense for them to make this because this is considered training and marketing content for Higgsfield. So I understand why
What sort of
training.
training? Oh,
Training their
of the
audience. Yeah, training the audience on how to create these and what to create. What does it say, Prat?
You're right. The one with the neon and all the streamers, I think the total budget is on average 2 million.
2 million. Yeah.
Of course, if you get Neon to come in,
No.
probably you pay
I
half a
don't think 2 million for Neon. I think 2 million on
no,
tokens.
the 2 million overall total budget. So
Yeah.
like I would say half.
Oh,
a
so
million-
AI compute 1
portion
million.
is 1
Half the budget. Yeah.
and then 1 million to the celebrities.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah,
bro.
but
That's
what they're
huge.
saying is if you were to do this in real life, it would cost you millions more.
Regenerations, 14,000. What is this?
Yeah. So they try to regenerate shots.
I mean,
Oh
the
my
only
God.
the only reason they can do it, few things. They are directly connected to Seedance, ByteDance, which is the parent company. They own probably their API cost is in a fraction of what we are paying to generate.
Sure.
But still, 1 million is a
Yeah, but
huge-
I'm talking
Meaning
about
if you-
everybody else. I'm not talking about Higgsfield. I'm
No,
talking about
what I'm
us.
saying is if you have to do the exact same thing,
It
it's
would
not
cost
even
you
1
more.
million.
It
It's
would cost you
probably
more.
1.5
It would cost you more.
million.
Actually, yes. And also, we'll get to the cost breakdown in a moment. This is going to be interesting. The higher your plan is, the cheaper the cost is for you. So the more money you pay, the lower the
Oh, of
cost of the
course,
credits.
yes,
So
yes.
if you can't even afford, let's say, the most premium package, you're actually paying even more
No, another thing.
for Seedance and all the
Probably
models.
Seedance will give these aggregators some free credits too.
Of course,
Because it's
yeah.
a huge marketing
Yeah,
for
of
Seedance,
course,
right?
of
Like,
course.
let's just think about it. Ever since Seedance 2.0 came out, nobody's talking about Kling. Nobody's talking about View 3.
No.
Just because every platform, Magnific, Higgsfield, InVideo, every platform is pushing Seedance.
And you know
so
what's the
there is an
funny thing?
argument that Seedance is giving everything to these guys for free.
Not free. It's impossible. This is not
I
free.
mean, probably this is
if
not
it is
free.
free, every other platform would have done the same.
True. But no, there is a lot of
they're
effort,
spending
human
but
effort
they're,
too.
yes, but
Yeah.
they're spending the money themselves.
Sure, yeah.
Let me tell you one more thing. I think it's Runway. Pratt, check Runway. Runway was one of the first to come out with their video model, and it was one of the best at the time. And funnily enough, they're now promoting Seedance. I
What?
think, yeah, there
No,
you go.
there is
Seedance
Seedance
2.0. No, look down there. Because you cannot ignore it. You can. They had their own model only in the beginning.
Yeah.
But now they're also pushing Seedance because, guys, if someone is winning and everybody's making money with Seedance, you cannot refuse
Well,
using
nobody
Seedance
will
unless
use-
you have a plan to make a better model, I imagine. Now, here's the thing. I said all of this to get us to the next point. We transitioned to this topic to answer one question. while everybody's talking about Seedance 2.0 and Seedance 2.5, and although they have incredible results, not everybody can afford using Seedance 2.0. So can a free AI video model that you download and run on your computer compete with the qualities of Seedance 2.0 and Seedance 2.5? Over the past week, we set out on an adventure to answer this very question. And we have some results, and the results may impress you. Pratt, let's go to Higgsfield's platform first. We're going to show you, since Higgsfield so kindly open sourced their projects, which means not only did they share their prompts, they also shared their references. We took certain references and shots from Hellgrind, which is this feature film they made, and also a car commercial that they uploaded, Farhad. We took a few shots from both with the references and their prompts, and we tried to run the same prompts and the references on Minimax H3. Minimax H3 is an open weight model. It's not open source, so you cannot get their training data, but you can download the weights, run it locally on your computer for a resolution of 726p, which is slightly higher than standard definition. If you're curious about how Minimax H3 works, we covered it in great detail in one of our earlier episodes. Was it last week? It was last week. It was last week. One of the episodes last week. So I'm not going to tell you everything about Minimax H3 in this episode. I want to show you guys the comparisons. We run it on our computer, on the Dell computers. The Dell computers come with 96 gigabytes of VRAM, which is fucking amazing. And that means we can download the full open weight model and run it without any quantized version of it. I do have in our platform quantized versions, but for the test, we're actually using one of the highest versions and one of the highest qualities so that it's a fair comparison with Seedance.
What platform is this?
This is our own platform. So
Higgsfield?
Huh?
Higgsfield?
Higgsfield. Technically, yes. So here's what we did. Before Pratt plays the video, bad decisions field. You can call it bad decisions field. If you're gonna be impressed by what we created, I have some fucking amazing news for you guys after all of this. Like, just stay tuned for it. I'm trying to put it into steps so it's clear. I'm gonna show you guys the original look from Higgsfield, and then we're gonna go ahead and look at what we created locally on our computer for free. Okay.
So basically, what we have done is Higgsfield has created a video with Seedance 2.0.
Yes.
We have created the same thing with the same reference, same prompt, because Higgsfield shared those information on our local device.
Yes.
Every generation that we made is free.
Yes.
Locally generated. Of course, Higgsfield paid for Seedance.
We paid for Dell.
Yes.
Well, technically, we didn't pay for Dell. Dell sent us these computers, and we used them to create. Okay. Let's take a look. So this is one specific shot from Hellgrind. Let's take a look, Pratt. It's this monster attacking him. He breaks the shield, opens the shield, breaks it again. So he lifts the thing. He screams and breaks the shield. Okay, pause. Pause right there. Now, our shot will look slightly different for this specific reason. You saw how many tries Higgsfield had. Yeah. So not only did they try it 100, 200, 300, 400 times for the same shot, they also edited in and out different sequences to create a compelling story. So for instance, the girl characters reacting to the breaking of the shield, we don't have that in ours. They edited that in as a separate shot.
Ours was just done in a day.
So we just took one of the prompts and we gave it. We didn't edit anything. Okay, let's go to ours here. So the first one, we have tried it 4 times, and I'll explain. So for the most bottom, let's click on that. Comes with audio too.
Man, free?
This is fucking impressive.
Yeah.
This is fucking impressive. And now this is the first try. Let's take a look at the second one.
Did you change anything for the second one?
This is not my favorite. This one, the shield didn't work. See, the shield didn't break properly.
It became like one of those meditation stone in front of it.
Because that's the reference. Click on the reference of the shield, Pratt, please. It's on the second one. Yes. So these are references. It actually just created the back of it.
Yeah.
So
Higgsfield provided those references.
yeah, these are Higgsfield references. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the references, all of the references actually. So this is the monster. Yes. That was a shield. We saw it. This is the location. This is the character. There's 2 characters, right?
Okay.
Now let's go to the final video I made myself. The one, yes, this one.
Much better.
Okay. Guys, I want you to understand something. Look at the consistency. There's almost no morphing
No more.
of faces, features. There is almost incredible consistency in the look of the location. We saw the location, right? The abandoned museum, or it's a museum or abandoned museum. This is exactly as the reference. The look of the monster is exactly as the reference. The characters are exactly the same. Perhaps the biggest weakness is how the shield is breaking. It looks better in Seedance.
No,
and
how
how the shards are growing. But understand something. If it took Seedance 2.0, I know hundreds of tries and different versions of the prompts to get it right, and we only tested it 3 times, it's unfair to say this is the perfect,
No, and one more thing.
accurate comparison.
This is a very difficult shot. Imagine, I'm thinking about people who want to use this for their business, for their work. It rarely happens that you want to generate these kind of videos for a commercial, right? Like a monster, something is growing out of your body. This is a very difficult shot that you selected to do with Minimax, and it still performed really well. This is also a complex VFX at the same time.
I'm genuinely impressed.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really impressed by this. And
What is the 4th one? Is it a
So-
different generation?
no,
No, for the monster.
I don't want to show that now. Okay, so here's what we did. We also tried to do it through their servers.
Oh.
If you guys were here in the previous episodes, you would know that Minimax H3 has local processing, which means you do it for free, or you can run it through their servers. You pay for the API, you pay for the cost, but there's 2 things that will happen. One, they will have a context IR, which is an algorithm that reads your references more accurately and rewrites your prompt so that it will be more faithful to what you imagine in your mind. So the generation will be better. Second thing is, locally you can only do at a max resolution of 720p, but through the servers you can do at 2K resolution. So it will regenerate the video at 2K. Now, initially, the reason why we did this, we wanted to show you guys, even though we had to pay, I think we paid about $8 for this, but I also made a mistake buying the wrong API, so I paid $10 there. So about like $18 we wasted. Why? Because funnily enough, the local generations are all better than the one we paid for.
Is it because of our hardware also?
No, technically it shouldn't be that way. When you're paying for the cloud,
No,
technically,
but cloud probably they won't give you that much bandwidth.
no, but
with
you're paying
$8.
actually. They should give you the most amount of bandwidth.
Is there
and
any
it should
mode
be-
that you can select for the?
I told Claude, so Claude was helping me run these. Told Claude to run it exactly at the same settings, exactly the same settings, but online, which means it should have context IR
Which is
enabled, and it's
better.
2K. Let's take a look at the results.
No. I mean, the shattering was better, but the shattering part, the rest, I like your local ones.
There's something you don't see, Farah, because it's a little smaller on our screen. I hope you guys get to see it. On the cloud generation, there's a weird noise artifact that is not like camera noise and film grain. It's not dynamic. It's like static. It's like an overlay on top of the image, which makes it worse. Our local model doesn't have that.
Okay.
Now, this be a fault of my setup? I really don't think so. If you guys have experience with running models, we ran an API through FAL to access Minimax H3. If you guys have
Call
experiences,
Matt Workman.
yeah,
Bring him on the
should. We
next-
probably
next-
should. So I don't know exactly how this could have happened, but every single one of our local generations, in my opinion, is better. Even though it's at 726p, I'm genuinely fucking impressed. Now, Farah, this was a typically hard shot. Let's go to another simple shot first, and then we go to another complex shot.
Okay.
So for the simple shot, Brad, let's go to 14 seconds. So this is the car commercial video. 14 seconds in, essentially what happens is we get this car riding into the city. So I didn't do this shot. I did it after here. Boom. So this is the city. The car whizzes past by and then continue playing it. And then there's also a close up on the tires. And then you can see what the city looks like, right? Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Let's pause right there. Let's go back into here. So here's what we did. We took the references and the prompts once again, and we tried to recreate these shots. Let's take a look at the first shot.
Wow. Can I
Fucking-
look at the car reference?
Yes. It's perfect.
Fucking amazing. The back of the car is exactly the same. I love the wheels. You know, it's not morphing. There is no
No.
artifact.
No. There's no artifact. And click on the city. This is the city vibe.
Really good.
It's fucking perfect.
Again, I'm telling you, on an easier shot, it gets even better. Like in the previous shot, you could easily say, okay, these are the 7-8 problems.
Yeah.
Here, comparing to the Seedance generation, I can say they are almost identical. Almost.
And let me blow your mind even further. Pratt, how long did it take to generate this shot? It's written there.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
4 minutes,
4
43 seconds, yes.
4 minutes to create a shot like this with no cameras, no car, don't have to go to that city, just on my computer. And I did it for free. Guys, for free.
That's crazy.
You guys understand something? Fucking free.
That can
This-
easily go on a commercial.
Guys,
That shot can go on a commercial.
This is the fucking breakthrough moment that you have to put in your head. This is the first time we did something like this. Even bad decisions. Think about it. If I wanted to create this shot as bad decisions, I had some options. Option number 1, go and get that car, go and get a camera and
That's
stick it out of
hard.
another car in that specific place. I can't do that.
No.
Second option, open Unreal Engine, build and model that car, or buy the asset online, bring it in, animate it, make sure it's rigged,
The car rig.
create that environment, and then record the shot. It's free if I model everything myself, but it would take me days. Then came Seedance or Kling and all these models that you would pay for. So you can create this shot, but it would cost you $20, $50, $100, depending on exactly how you want it to be and what quality you want it to be at. And then they came today, right? This very fucking day, which is 14 of August, 2026. It's a special day, guys, because we made this video without the car, without any software, without paying for free on our computer. This is a huge fucking
This is a
point
huge-
in the timeline of creating content. And people are going to talk about a day like this. I mean, it's not specific today. We're talking about it today. But when this thing happened, that people could create videos out of thin air for free on their computers, and they could create videos about anything, content about anything.
That's very impressive.
Let's show you.
Did you do another generation?
Of
for
course I
this?
did. This is the other one.
Did you change the prompt?
Yeah.
I'm looking at the city in the background. You see the trees are stable. The house is stable. I prefer the other one. I prefer
No,
the
but
first one.
but imagine, dude, when you're
You want-
making
yeah,
the
of course,
story,
you want different
you're
shots, yeah.
editing between
Yeah.
shots, and it also comes with the audio. Play the audio again. Press M. Should work. Even the audio is there.
That's
The engine sound, it just feels real. Of course, you can add your own flair to it. You can color grade this footage, edit it with other footages,
No, you can do
add
so
your
many
own
things.
music and audio, which is what
Same
Higgsfield did, by the way.
Same references, just different prompt.
Yeah, but it's not my prompts.
I know.
So let me get you to the next point before we move on. I'm slowly giving you guys the idea of how we built this platform, because this is our own platform we made. And we worked on it since the past week, here and there, on and off, until today it's ready for you guys to see it. The way the prompt works is this. When Higgsfield open sourced their projects, they provided Claude skills for how they make their prompts. But that's their thing.
Yeah.
Now, Seedance 2.0 and 2.5 have their own documentations of how you should prompt. That's two methods of
Sources.
prompting. Minimax H3's method of prompting is different than Seedance and what Higgsfield provided. So what I did was I gave Claude all of these different sources. I said, I want you to create the ultimate skill. Learn everything from Higgsfield and how they made their project. Learn everything from Seedance official documentation. Learn everything from H3. And when you're taking the prompts from the project of Hellgrind and this car commercial, you need to convert it to a Minimax H3
Oh, so input
prompt.
is Seedance prompt, use your knowledge,
and
get
convert
out
it.
a Minimax
Yes, which is why it works. So if you were to go ahead and copy the
Actually,
prompts,
you should do that experiment. Try the Seedance prompt and see how it looks.
it's actually running right now
Which
behind you on the computer.
Oh, you're
I'm
testing
running
it?
it. I'm running it and testing it. Yes. Okay, so let's go out of this. Let's go to a more complex shot right now. We're gonna go back to that car commercial, the very first shot with audio. Go back again, please, to the beginning.
Mr. Magic, here is your key.
Thanks.
Okay, pause. That whole sequence is also one prompt,
Oh, shit.
and we tried it out.
Okay.
It's this one, yes. Click it.
Mr. Magic, here is your key.
Thanks.
That was really good. The only part that...
Mr.
Wait,
Magic,
Can I understand something? In the original one, he touches his mustache and cap, and yours is coughing. Did you change the prompt, or
No.
or
okay.
is it just a general prompt on he does something with his face and?
You can go into the detail of reading that prompt and figuring out exactly what it says. Because, of course, for the purpose of this experiment, I didn't read every single word of every prompt. But one, this is okay. Let's go back. Let's click the X button. Let me show you something that you don't actually get on most platforms. You see at the bottom there, there's something called seed.
Yes.
Bottom, seed. Yes. So a seed number means how your video is generated every time. So you can lock a seed so it follows exactly the same method of creation every time you regenerate. So you can change the quality of it, but keep the seed. And that will make sure that if you like one generation, it stays true to that first generation. But if you want something completely different, then you re-roll the seed. Now, in many platforms, this is hidden away from you, and it may just automatically re-roll the seed. But here, we expose that for ourselves to test things. Now, one option is just to re-roll the seed. So if you re-roll the seed, you may actually get something slightly different.
Because also they have done so many.
Yes,
So
and then the next thing is, no, just change the prompt. You can actually say, do not cough, fix your mustache, and then you will get it
what
exactly.
happened in your second?
But I wouldn't actually, I don't know why you would care so much about that specific action. I would be more concerned about how the video looks. So for instance, if you pay attention, I know Farid is a little small for you to see, but Prat, if you click on the video once again, the only thing that happens, pause, here when the camera's going in the beginning, for 1 second, his face morphs.
Oh, does
because
it?
he's in motion, the camera's moving too, he's a little far away. But the moment we come closer, it's perfect, exactly like the reference photo. And then the shot changes, like all of the shot changes, it's coming from one prompt, which, by the way, go back.
How many camera cuts are there? At least 7.
Yeah, so let's see. Let's go. Let's quickly scrub through it, Prat, from the beginning. So there
that's
is
one.
one with the camera motion inside. Zoom in also. Then
2,
two,
3,
3, 4,
then
5,
5. Looking
and
at
then
the painting,
6, and then 7. In one 15 seconds prompt.
That's amazing.
Now, go back. There's another problem with this video, and it's the car key.
What is it?
The text Genova on the car key morphs. And if you go to the references, it's actually there. The 4th reference. Yeah, it's there. But, again, no.
For free, bro.
Yes. But there is also another settings I didn't expose here. So you can increase the time it takes to make the video by enabling a toggle settings, which is using the max quality of your references at every frame.
Oh, so it doesn't compress it.
Yes. How long did this video take to generate, Prat?
13 minutes.
19.
19 minutes. Okay. That's 20 minutes for these 7 cuts that we counted. So this would probably be like 35 minutes, but then it would use the Geneva car key full resolution reference at every frame and make sure it's perfect.
Makes sense.
Remember we had this discussion ourselves when we said you're using, aggregator platforms and sometimes you get horrible results.
Because the
You
references
don't know behind the scenes what are the exact settings they use when they're sending your references to Seedance and all these models. The great thing is when you're using your local model here, we have full access to change everything.
Full control.
So let's show you that right now. Click X, please. Thank you. At the bottom, let's go through it one by one. So bottom left is where you put in your prompt.
So
and
Nafaz, can you give us an explanation? What is this that you're showing? So this is a platform that is connected to Minimax.
Okay,
right?
It's not, well, yes, actually, yes. What is this exactly?
Yeah.
This is the front end connected to Comfy UI, which is connected to Minimax H3. So Minimax X3 model was downloaded on the Dell computer with full weights, running at full speed, literally utilizing 100% of our GPUs. And to run Minimax H3, one of the best ways is to use Comfy UI. But Comfy UI has lots of nodes and settings. I didn't want to touch that. So I in plain English told Claude, of course through long conversations and fixing things, what I want. And it built the Comfy UI settings for Minimax H3. And then I told it what I want exposed. Again, because we have the experience, we knew exactly what we want. So I said, okay, I need a prompt box and I need to choose the length of the video. So click on length, Pratt, please. Bottom left. So you can see
4 seconds, 5. Oh, you have every single one of them.
all the way to 15. And I even told Claude, I want to know roughly how much will be my render time based on my graphics card. So I know exactly what I'm getting into before I render a single video. So based on the seconds that I choose, the clip length, the render time increases, of course. Then, Pratt, if you can click on aspect ratio, here I can choose 16 by 9, 9 by 16, horizontal, vertical. Then the next thing is resolution. So this is what we can actually generate at 480p, 640p, 760p, or what is that?
768.
768p.
It doesn't have 1080?
No. Local, you can't. At least now. You can up-res it.
Yeah.
I told you guys there's a ByteDance Seed V2
That you
model.
can download. Yeah.
I've downloaded it, but it just didn't work properly, which regenerates a video at 2K, which is what the online version of Minimax H3 is supposed to do. Next thing we have is steps. Pratt, can you pull that up, please? So the more steps you use in the video, the higher the quality of the video.
Okay.
And the chance of it looking like what you wanted it will be higher. But of course, it comes at a cost of speed. Everything that we're talking about
again,
here.
The best part is it doesn't come as a cost of money.
No.
So in other platforms, increase resolution, increase duration, increase anything, cost money.
Yeah.
Now, free. Okay.
These generations, were all of them fast or fine?
No. So we used, for most of them, standard, actually.
20 steps.
So 20 steps, but the highest resolution. And you can imagine we can go even higher. And click on advanced. So I did advanced for ourselves also on the right side. You see the model? Click on model. So there's also a standard model and a full model. If you go on full, which is BF16, that is like using everything that came with Minimax H3 without shaving anything off. It's not like, think of it something like the quantization. The BF16 is not what we used. You can go for that, which will increase the duration of the generation.
No, this is just an experiment, right?
You want to see the cloud version? So we also paid for a version of that car dialogue scene. Take a look at it.
Mr. Magic, here is your key.
Thanks.
The key was too big.
So
better.
What is this?
Yeah. See, that's what the fuck is that?
That's for the key.
See, it messed that up. And then the car key was a little too big, no?
It was really big.
Yeah, the car key.
No,
look at how. Oh my god,
What is this?
that's a massive car
It's
key.
like a power bank.
Yes. And then look,
the
she
face is
enters.
on-
No, look, she enters in the same place he exits.
Nah.
There's a lot of morphing.
No,
there's
actually, the
some kind
local
of
one.
artifact.
Actually, people would be disappointed if they try only the server side. The cloud version. If they try it, they will be disappointed. Whereas if they do it locally, it's much better. A lot of more things too, actually.
And the noise is there.
Yeah, the
By the
noise
way.
actually. Not good.
You can exit that. We have some of the car. Oh, this is the local one. I'm really impressed by the local one.
No, the local one is much better.
Car key size is correct.
Yes.
Let
And
me
he
see if
exits out of the camera, and she's on the other side of the
yeah,
frame.
the painting is also correct.
Oh, the trophy is a bit weird. I just realized
Yeah.
the trophy is a bit weird.
Do
Is
we
that
have
image
a-
there? Wait, check the image. Check the original reference.
Yeah, it has it too.
Oh, because no, but it has to create the upper.
cropped,
Yeah.
yeah.
You have to tell it to use that. Just this image.
I mean,
Don't
if
add
it wasn't
into
my
it.
own video, I would just first fix the reference, made it super wide and
Yes.
fill it, and then only use.
Or
the
you can
key.
just tell it to do not change anything from that reference
Yeah.
of the portrait.
yeah, but still very impressive, I would say.
I want to show you some of the car rides online version. So just click on the cloud. Yeah, this is the cloud version of the car. This is not bad.
The car is a simpler version, so
Yeah,
Yeah, not bad. But the logo on the wheel is a bit messed up.
it's a bit weird, right?
Yeah. It's not moving at all.
Technically speaking, I would say in conclusion, all of our local generations
better than the server
are
side.
better than our cloud generation, which means the cloud generation that was supposedly better cost us money but didn't give us substantially better results. If anything, it gave us worse results. This
Yeah.
may be different for you. I would love to hear your thoughts. But what I'm genuinely impressed by is if you forget about those cloud versions, it's the local versions that we made.
And this is the worst that is going to ever be
yeah.
today.
Yes.
With the next version, this is going to be so much better.
It's going to be better, and it cost us $0. The only thing it cost us was a little bit of time, and with that time, we now have that. And what's more fascinating to me is that you can go ahead and create this exact same thing for yourself. Farhad told you guys a little bit, or asked me to tell you guys a little bit about this platform. So it's connected to ComfyUI and Minimax H3, but that front end was designed by us and Claude. So we just told Claude what settings you want to expose, how we want the platform to look, and it created that over a few tries. Now we have access to that locally in the studio. Anybody, any three of us can go ahead and use it. We can also share it with you, but then you'll be running it through our computer, which is not going to be fair. But you can go ahead and create that. Now imagine you take this a step further, because we are doing that, by the way. Right now it's happening behind the cameras on our computer. Take this a step further. Take the front end, go to Claude Design, and create the most aesthetically pleasing settings for yourself to go ahead and make sure that everything looks exactly like the way you want it to look. The buttons are placed exactly where you want it to be placed. Organized folders the way you want it to be organized. Take it even a step further. Pratt, bring it back, please, for a moment. I'm testing this. It's not fully realized yet, but at the top you will see image. Click image. It's not correct yet, but I actually tested this and downloaded free open source image models too. So
is it Flux or
Flux and Hydream. Again, the reason why they're not working is because I haven't properly tuned them yet. But imagine, I'm just testing, if someone really wants to create the entire platform for themselves for free,
they can?
image generation and video generation, can you go ahead and do that?
Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes.
And it's
Today
running-
You can.
And it's running on your computer, which is
You
insane
just
to
need
me.
a good hardware, and then you can have image for free, easy.
Yes.
Even you can connect directly to the API of Seedance and Nana Banana. Means you don't even have to use aggregators. Imagine even if you don't want to run it locally,
Yes.
you can use API, but you can have your own front end.
You can have your own front end. There is a bit of a discussion to be had there, because I was checking with Claude, would the cost be higher if I sent videos myself to Seedance? It says because these platforms are competing with each other, if you get the higher tier subscription to these aggregators, of course you may get Seedance at a lower cost because they'll give you discounts because they're buying the credits in bulk.
Yeah,
But if
yeah.
you were to send out, tokens one by one,
It would make sense. No, it does make. Do we have a comparison on the cost?
yes, I'm going to show it to you right now. If you go to just go back to the video for 1 second. I wanted to show you guys something, but I forgot here. So it's okay. I'll show you guys later. Let's go to the comparison. Yes. We also made this with Claude for you guys to just see visually the difference between everything. We have the 3 shots that we're comparing: the 5 seconds wheel shot on the car, 10 seconds monster shot from Hellgrind, and a 12 seconds shot, which was the dialogue with the 7 cuts. On the left side, you're looking at the cost per clip. Again, these are all almost estimates, especially when it comes to Seedance. But what we're doing on the left side is cost per clip, and on the right side, how much time it took to render them.
So time and money,
yes.
right? Local versus server versus paid, which is Seedance and you pay directly, right?
Yeah, server is also paid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean paid through aggregators.
Local H3 model costs nothing because we're
Zero.
using our
Own computer.
GPUs. If you send it to the servers for H3 Minimax to use the context IR and their 2K model, you're paying about 65 cents for that 1 5-second video. If you were to send this to Seedance 2.0 or Seedance 2.5 for a 5-second video at 720p, so we didn't go to 4K to make it unfair.
A fair comparison. A fair comparison.
720p, you're roughly paying about 70 cents to $1, Seedance 2.0 and Seedance 2.5. Now, how much does it take? How much time does it take? On our computer, it took 4.7 minutes. For the servers, it took about 4 minutes. So actually sending it through file to the servers.
If you have the hardware, it doesn't make sense. I think server only makes sense if you don't have the hardware.
Yes.
Right?
And then for Seedance, every time we generate, it usually takes about a minute. Yeah, so it's pretty fast.
And how about for the longer shots? So this is 5 seconds. This is pretty, easy and quick.
So for a 10-second video, still free on our, on our
You
computer.
see how the cost will go up?
Yeah, but it goes up to almost $2 when you're using Seedance 2.5. It took 15 minutes, so it took substantially longer to generate this 10-second shot, double the time almost. And for Seedance, I would imagine it's still about a minute because almost every time I generate, it's about a minute long to generate the videos. Then we have the dialogue. So this is the longest scene that we did. So again, you're generating that one shot with Seedance. It's costing you $2. If you get it wrong, generate again. $2.
So it's like if you generate 5 times, that's $10.
Yeah, so you may have to end up spending $20 just to get this shot right. Or you may just end up spending $2. You might get it right at the same time.
Rarely.
This is the only challenge I have with AI videos is that you're kind of rolling the dice until they become incredible at consistency. Yeah. So for now, you're rolling the dice. And the real winner right now is if you could run the local H3 model on your computer, you can wait for 13 minutes for this video to be generated and you get your results. Actually, this brings me to the point I forgot. If you quickly go back to our H3 model, I want to end this with this point. If you go to steps, I think it's steps down there, down on standard. Right, yes. At the top, there's something called turbo. So that's the quantized version.
The faster version.
Didn't have time to test this. I just added it last minute. This is somebody else's version of H3. They made it quantized. So without losing much of the quality, you get to generate at 2x the speed or 3x the speed.
But even if
but one more thing. No, you can run it on lower end hardware.
Yeah.
This is important.
That's the only part that I think it's beneficial. But again, if there are artifacts, the problem with artifacts in video, the videos that are generated by AI, if it's 1% or 20%, doesn't matter. You cannot use it.
No. I'm not talking about... the whole point of turbo is so that you can even run the model. What I'm talking about is just testing. I generally don't think this is production ready yet. I'm not claiming it is. What I'm saying is our audience, you guys, if you want to test this out, you may not be able to run fast, standard, and fine. So the reason why I'm showing the guys turbo is so that you can actually download it and test it out on lower end hardware, whether you have like a 4060 or 4090 or 5060. If you're curious about this, this is the point I wanted to end it on. We are going to be teaching everyone in our Ultimate AI program how to actually download their first AI agent, how to run local models on their computer, whether it's just for text generation, code generation, and eventually what we're going to get into is exactly what you saw here. This, what we showed you, is an incredibly complex workflow. The reason why this show exists is that we come and show you guys our experiments, tell you what's good and what's not. But if you want to actually run these things yourself, they're going to take you a lot of time to experiment. The reason why bad decisions exist is so that we have the luxury of the time, and this is our job. We are literally spending every single day experimenting so that you can get all of our final formulas, our experiments, distilled into what is practical for you. In our Ultimate AI program, we're going to be teaching you everything you just saw down the line in our timeline. Farad, I think we're going to be announcing a timeline of our upcoming modules soon.
So again, what you have just shown, it contains different
Many
modules,
things,
right?
many things.
Cloud design, how to design the interface, Cloud code, how to generate the backend, Comfy UI, download the local models, how you're going to connect all of the so
Building
it's gonna be
skills.
huge.
No,
Yeah, it's
building
gonna be
skills. For
gonna be
prompting,
huge,
we
yeah.
have made a
And
Claude
again,
skill.
when you learn this, it's not about generating video, image, text, code, making your own app or software that is going to be inside of it.
You're right. What we just showed you guys is perhaps 4 or 5 different modules combined into one. And if you are the kind of person who thinks this is going to be useful for you, if this is something that you want to experiment with, you want to test, you want to learn, all the way from Claude skills to front-end design to Comfy UI to video generation to Claude code, make sure you guys check out ai.baddecisions.studio. It's our membership program. We now have people from over 40 countries, all continents of the world covered. This is the program that is going to teach you everything you need to know about AI tools and how you can use it to save time, win clients, and make money using the best tools available today. We covered this in great detail.
Yes.
I wasn't expecting
If they
to
want
go
more
so...
information, they can go to ai.baddecision.studio.
Yes.
Everything that they need is there. That was for the experiment.
Yes.
Next, we are going to talk about some of the new releases. SpaceX AI just released Grokbot and Grok 4.6. So let me give you guys some context. SpaceX and XAI merged together a couple of months ago. So now they are SpaceX AI. Then they acquired Cursor. So Cursor is under SpaceX AI now. So all the frontier models, which are called Grok, are coming out of this big company. These are closed source models used in X, or you can use it separately. The latest model is Grok 4.6, which apparently it's doing great on the benchmarks. Pratt, can we look at the benchmark comparison to Fable? So this is a comparison of Grok 4.6 high to Sol Max and Fable 5 Max. If you look at the numbers, they are pretty damn close.
Yeah.
And guys, remember, Grok was very, very behind. They came in really, really late. In some of the benchmarks, they are even beating Fable 5.
Is that actually true though?
Yeah, this is by SpaceX AI, and a lot of people are talking about it. We have not tested Grok build, which is basically Claude code for Grok. They are getting really, really good results. So again, this if you go down, there's a funny meme. Go lower, go lower, go lower. This is funny. I wake up, there's a new technological advancement, but I like the next one. Go to the next meme. Okay, we are in this cycle. Everybody, so we have shown this in the previous episode. We had Fable 5 and then Sol 5.6. Now we are at Grok 4.6. So
Introducing the world's most powerful model for its size. Yeah, that's true. Every single one of these companies is posting that.
So we are here now. Next would be probably Gemini. But what is really impressive is the moment SpaceX started, building this data center, acquiring Cursor, they have become one of the contenders in this. And their pricing, bro, it's really, really high. We were checking it with Pratt. Pratt, you have the pricing also open?
So you're saying Grok 4.6 is more expensive?
It's as expensive. So we have $200. So Super Grok is $300 USD per month. If
that's
you go
higher
Super
than
Grok,
Claude.
That's higher than Max 20X of Claude and GPT. Those are $200. Right, Pratt?
Yeah.
Super Grok heavy.
300 is crazy.
Yeah. So these are really, really expensive. I think, Faraz, we should give Grok build also a try because now everybody's talking about it.
The only difference that you get here is you get X Premium Plus at no extra cost.
Yeah, but you
What is our Bad Decisions account? X
Premium, not Plus.
Is Plus the one for...
the golden one, I think.
I see.
I think so.
But it's crazy. Solve extremely hard problems.
Bro, is that a feature? Solve
What kind of problems are people having?
But you also get, there's one more thing, guys.
What
You
is
also
it?
get access to Grok Imagine.
Oh, that is.
Yeah. I just
Well,
realized.
you have GPT image there too?
No, Grok Imagine has videos as well.
True.
Actually, that's something to consider. So you also get Grok Imagine, and you see in the Super Grok Plus, it says create 1080p videos. Claude doesn't give you videos.
No.
That is something to consider.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't write that. It's like one of the most
But
important
okay,
things.
this is the Frontier model update,
Yes.
right? So the Frontier model is out. The coolest new release is Grokbot. This is their autonomous agent. Their AI agent can perform tasks on their own. This is different from Buzz and the other agents that we know, right? Every single Grokbot agent have a virtual server attached to it. So it can work 24/7, even if your PC is off. So you can imagine every single bot that you spawn, and you can spawn multiple bots. You can spawn one bot for your LinkedIn, one for your Google Sheet, one for your Slack. They will log in, they will go to the software, and they're there 24/7. So if your PC is off, if you're not using Grok build on your computer,
How is it?
cloud computer. So imagine you connect, so you create one Grok bot for your Slack, okay? Previously, if you use Buzz, your computer have to be on because you're self-hosting it, right? This is cloud hosted. It's not connected to Codex and Claude or GPT, unlike Buzz. Do you see the difference?
It's got its own.
It's got its own. It's got its own server. It's got its own compute, but it generates tokens really fast because it's on cloud. But then it will do the task 24/7. You can say that, go on LinkedIn. I'm looking to hire an editor. Search it all over for me. Send me the candidates. Send them messages, and you will monitor it on your phone all the time. Or you will say, be on my Slack. Anytime somebody pinged me and there was an issue that I resolved, let me know. Or go and solve it yourself. If you know the files and everything, give them the details. So it is a very different way of looking at AI agents, right? Previously, we were looking at Hermes and Buzz, which you can host it locally. But this one, it's hosted on the cloud. But again, the same process. You can teach it. There is a button.
Teach me function, right?
Teach me
Yeah,
function.
there's a teach
it
me
will
function.
screen record and will learn what you're doing.
Yeah, so it's pretty interesting. Okay, so the big difference between Hermes and Grokbot and Buzz. So Buzz, you can have human. It's like Slack, but you have AI integration in it.
Yeah.
You can have multiple AI agents. You can have multiple humans in the same chat, and you can ping like at, hey, Grok, are you there? Oh, hey, I'm here. Can you check this out for me? That's how Buzz works. You have
Right.
humans and you have the bots together. But the only thing with Buzz is they don't have their own AI. So you have to
Right.
connect GPT or Claude or whatever AI you want.
Yes.
But with Grokbot, everything is in one place. The only thing that they don't have is human integration. So like multiple humans in the same place.
Right. It's one human
It's
and
you
multiple
and multiple
bots.
Yes.
AIs. You and like 1,000 AIs.
So
that you
if they
create
just
for
add
yourself.
in the multiple humans, this is the complete product.
Actually, one question, Pratt.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't tested it. Can you bring a Grok bot into Buzz? You connect one of your Buzz agent, because Buzz agents are like open source, right? You can connect them to Codex, Claude Code. Can you connect them to Grokbot?
Maybe. I haven't
I
tested
don't
it.
know. We're gonna
So
test
for
it.
anybody who's confused while we're talking about this, because this may be your first time hearing about all of this, how you should imagine using something like Buzz, for instance, is that if you imagine Slack or Discord where people tag each other for certain questions, you'd be tagging different AI agents. So you have an AI agent working on your website, and then you have, which is your Claude, and then you have your Codex working on a software application or cleaning out your computer. So by literally tagging them at Claude or at GPT, you can ask them questions in the same chat rather than opening Claude Code or opening Codex, which for now it's been fine. But now that you're seeing more use cases, it becomes really confusing to open specific chats and projects. It's all in one place, right, with Buzz. And then the best part was that in Buzz, you can also bring in humans. So Farhad could call my Claude. He could call the Claude that I have running H3 locally on my computer right now. And he
ask
could
and
generate
generate
a
an image,
video without using my mouse and keyboard. He could ask my Claude to run a generation on my computer using, using Buzz by just tagging my computer's Claude. Now, what Grokbot is that it just removes the human layer. So Farhad can't come and ask my bot. It's just Farhad and all of his own bots. That's what it is. But the advantage with Grokbot is that it's twofold, right? One, it has its own AI. You don't need to connect it to Claude and GPT to run it. Grok itself is going to run it. And the other advantage is that it's always on.
Cloud hosted, yeah.
Yeah,
So
cloud
it's-
host, not cloud hosted,
Yeah,
cloud
yeah,
hosted.
Cloud hosted. But it's pretty cool. You can also connect your phone, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So
So
like
X or is it like a Grokbot?
No,
app?
it's just like a login, like a normal Google login.
Okay.
So you just log in. If you have the same account on your computer and the same
will
account
see
on
it.
your phone, it's connected. And now you can do things even if your PC is off.
What experiment you did with Grokbot?
So with Grokbot, I tried asking it to take control over my PC, make my PC to go to sleep and wake it up in 5 minutes.
it worked.
It works. I asked it to make a website. Let me quickly show you guys the website. Okay, actually, before I show you the website, let me show you what I said and what is my setup in.
in Grokbot.
Yeah. So I have 3 agents. One is called as Cloudy. He's like a personal assistant which handles other bots. Then you have a website developer and you have a UI UX expert. So
Okay.
what I said to Cloudy was, "Hey,
What
Cloudy,
generic names?
why not?"
Why not cool names?
So I just told it that, hey, just for a test, can you make a UI that looks similar to Spotify and rebrand it in a ways? So for example, if X bought it, how are they going to rebrand it? How different is going to look? Can you try something like that? And I said, yeah, go and talk to the other 2 agents. I don't want to talk to them. So it went, I made a group for them. It went over there and it was like, hey, Catalyst wants a local HTML music site.
They are talking.
Yes, and they're talking to each other here. This is the entire prompt it gave it.
Okay.
And it tagged Devin and Bob, and they both understood, okay, I'll reshape the shell to current Spotify. And then the other guy was working on the UI and UX. And wait, let me show you the...
So just for context, for you to understand, you're probably asking yourself, why not just have one chat do it all? Why do you need to make it look stupid and have multiple of AI agents talk to each other? Correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but the purpose is that you're spawning multiple agents for different tasks rather than a linear path of having one agent work on the front end, then the back end, then the update that you asked for. One person is working on the update, the other one is working on the front end, the other one is working on the back end, and the Cloudy overall manager can also spawn another agent for a completely different task.
Yeah, like different projects.
Different project. You're generating images, and videos. So you can do 20, 30, 40 tasks at the same time if you want to. Why am I looking at Spotify, Pratt?
No,
This
that's
is not
Spotify,
Spotify.
branded by X.
Yes, this is
So
Spotify.
this is what
This
they
is
built.
X Music. That's the name it gave. I didn't say anything. I just said rebrand it. This is what it did.
X Music.
X
It's really
Music.
Cool platform.
It looks pretty similar to Spotify.
It looks exactly like
Yeah.
Spotify.
It is exactly like that, and it made it. It made it pretty fast too. If
So-
I didn't test it, but if I did the same thing in Claude, I think it will at least take me 40 to 50 minutes. But Grok, 20 minutes.
This was done in 20 minutes?
20
and
minutes.
With
20
all the
minutes and
buttons.
token finished.
Yeah, and by the
Okay.
way, the token finished.
Token
But you were
Kind of
using the free
free
version.
trial.
Free
yeah.
trial.
Okay.
So this is only available for the beta testers or super Grok heavy users.
Yeah.
But they said they're gonna roll it out to everybody else.
Okay,
soon.
I see. Oh, wow. It has the search function? in it?
Yeah, bro, it made it pretty well.
No, it's not a mock-up.
It's not
an
a mock-up.
actual
You can click
website.
around.
Yeah, it's not a mock-up. It
What
actually
the
works.
fuck?
Yeah.
Click on Catalyst on the top right.
No, that thing
Okay,
it
okay.
doesn't have the profile.
All right, I'm
settings
trying
and
to.
stuff. But you see, it also has the animation on the bottom. It's right now playing something.
You know,
No, it's really cool.
The reason why I'll just end this with this. You know how we started the entire conversation today with how fast or how much faster are these models going to get?
They are
I think the
really
other
fast.
question you have to ask is how much better are they going to get? We've been doing this show for a couple of months now, and we've been experimenting with AI for about 3 years, 4 years now. What I'm seeing here is that all of the back and forth Farhad and Pratt were doing, building our platform for the Ultimate AI program, if we were to restart it again today instead of 6 months ago, we would have made the platform in half the time. With the GPT Sol 16, 14 times, like
Oh,
you
yeah,
would
with
make
the 14
because
times,
it made a lot of
yeah.
errors,
Oh,
and you had to fix a lot of errors.
100%.
I remember when I was using Claude Design, it also made a lot of errors in animation.
100% I agree with you.
And if you're telling
that's
me
why
they're
we are
smarter
here, right?
now-
That's why we are here. 6 months from now, we're going to talk about the same thing. And you're going to
Faster.
see faster, better.
Yeah.
But we will see how far these features and these models can go.
So again, I will tell you this. Grokbot is a new thing. We haven't fully tested it yet. We're going to experiment with it. We'll show you our experiments here. But of course, as always, if you want to learn it deeply, use it for your business and your career, the Ultimate AI program is where we'll be teaching you guys actually step by step everything in the interface. How do we set it up? How to use the agents effectively? What do we actually use it for? Not just, recreating Spotify, but actually something you would use with a client or for yourself. So all of that will be happening in the Ultimate AI program. I can't wait to see you guys inside ai.baddecisions.studio.
Well,
Let me-
thank you. Oh, what is it, Prat?
Yeah, let me quickly show you them, like when you were talking about the cloud computing.
Yes.
How does it look? So every bot has its own computer. You see on the top right, it
Yes.
says like Bob's screen. This is
Oh.
an actual computer that,
It's a VM, right? It's a virtual
it's
machine.
a VM. They all have their own virtual machine. And yes, I can also use it. I can click things and I can
Bro,
teach them. On the
Elon
top,
Musk bought all those GPUs.
Yeah.
It's burning
on the top
all.
it says teach a task. Okay, you click on it and then I can like scroll and like do something, or I can like
How
teach it
much
to
compute they
search
have.
something. And after you're done, you stop recording and there you go. Learn from demonstration. It's gonna go look at that video, or I don't know how it records it, and then it understands, oh, the user did this, he opened a new tab, he clicked this button, and then you can instruct it. Okay, this is what I want you to do every time whenever I say something to you, or if it's like a keyword or something, it can go and do that for you.
Wow.
Fuck.
And
No,
it's,
that only happens, bro, if you have the biggest data center in the world, by the way.
it's cool because it's like that one bot with its own context, only specialized to do that one thing. If you guys have been using like GPT or Claude, if you have one chat, the chat gets messed up really fast if you give too
Yeah.
many prompts, or if it's a very long chat. Here, you have one bot for one task, or however you want to use it.
Oh my God, we have another
That's so
$300 of subscription to pay for now. I know we have to, and
We
probably
have to give it a
multiple of
try.
them.
We have to give it a try.
Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We showed you guys so many experiments. Let us know your thoughts. What do you guys think about every single thing that we showed? And also, if you have any recommendations on things we should experiment with, please throw it our way. We'll always check them out. Thank you, as always, for
Thank you,
watching
guys.
and listening. Do not forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't
Yes.
already. And give us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Follow us there as well. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Until then, have a wonderful weekend. We're going to have a wonderful weekend ourselves. And we'll tell you all about it on Tuesday.
Ciao.
Ciao.